Literally just got into town not that long ago. Old Bill pulling up like someone's done something wrong. Quite funny, 2 units and about 10 men. Don't know what they're doing, but yeah, standing around doing nothing when I come out the toilet anyway. I'm outside Farnborough Library, basically just checked to see if I could get a tea or something. And the cafe shuts at 3:30. This used to be where this was the back of the leisure centre, yeah, and I was just see it and I was like, do you know what, whoever did this artwork, fair play, because it sort of writes a story about like like what sort of heritage we used to have before. A lot of you wouldn't understand from the images, but obviously, Farnborough, home of aerospace, and the gloves you wouldn't know either, but apparently like there's that pub on the Farnborough Road. Cannot remember for the love of it what it's called now, but yeah, I think it's like might have been called the Crab and Anchor. I could be wrong, I don't even know. Yeah, but they did the first bare knuckle fights in the back garden apparently. I don't know much, but I think everything, like, obviously here was meant to write a little story, but I don't know the in-betweens on everything. But I thought, you know what, I do my videos, they're not great, but they all lead to something, like a rabbit hole, but it's pretty cool. I thought I'd just get this in while I'm doing my little video, and here you are. And the Farnborough skate park's a good one, right, because I'm heading over there in a minute. No one's in it, it's dead. When that thing first came around, yeah, it was so busy, and it was lovely to see like people taking up skating. I even had a go, I thought it was brilliant. One of my mates back then got me into it, and yeah, it was fucking good times. Back in the days where Limp Bizkit were playing on the radio and that. Not just Limp Bizkit, no, there was like D12, from what I remember. There's some stuff. This is just around the side what they got. It's nothing really, but I'm just panning the camera so people aren't in my shot while I talk, because I don't want people in. So yeah, so back in the day when we grew up, there was a police station, right? The station was just behind there. Or was it behind the library? Do you know what? I think the police station, that's right, I think the police station was behind the library, and over there behind was a community centre, and I don't know why they knocked it all down, but obviously out with the old, in with the new sort of thing. It's nice that they got these trees still here. That big boy in the middle. It's an old school tree from the day. Yeah, basically I'm like gonna go over the skate park anyway. So I was just gonna basically freestyle it today and explain to you how my day went. It was a random one. I come out doing the normal thing, which is going for my walks, which I love. Yeah, shall I take all this shit off, because it's a fucking warm day. It's a fucking warm one today, right? I look such a dick with all the stuff on, because that's how I roll. I just keep warm, but for the sake of this video, I look pretty for you, showing my bowl head and all that stuff. Oh my god, some matey just did a fucking backflip on the scooter, no joke. Yeah, so whoever's jumped on the scooter hype, yeah, is taking it serious down here, so fair play to them. I'm not going to record them because it might get funny, but I'm here to do something else anyway. We'll see what happens. I don't want nobody stacking on my watch, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like under pressure, because that's how it happens sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I'm minding my own business, see people vaping, man's got on top of the half pipe to drop in. I'm going to try and just ignore it and focus. I get easily distracted. So this is where this pond used to be pretty nice, by the way. It's been neglected. There used to be fish in there and everything. Alright, but anyway, funny day. I'll go on my walk along the canal like I like to do. We might have just done it again. walk along the canal like I do, and saw the heron. Mate, I've stomped today. Funny thing is, I'm going to stomp back as well, because it gives me something to do. I hate sitting on buses and being around crackheads and fucking people that I just don't like being around. Anyway, so I ran into someone that I used to know, yeah. This lad is pretty good then. I don't know. Shall I ask him permission to record? He must have done about 3 backflips. He's doing his social media, so fair play to him. Someone's got to do this shit, yeah? Where are you pussies? Come on. Like, I remember back in the day where I was about to get to it, yeah. Do you know what? I'll carry on with the story I was saying. This skate park's here because of one of the guys I used to kick it with back in the day. His name was Nathan, yeah. And he wasn't one of my close mates, but his associate, and he basically ran it past the council, got talking to like them to make it all happen, and he is basically the reason why this shit is here. And yeah, it's still standing, it's still going. It's not the prettiest, but people are still using it, which is good to know. But back in the day, it was busy as fuck, and got some good and some bad memories of this place. Like, I've seen some nasty stacks, but I actually had one myself over the spine. So there's a couple of serious lads here. Don't worry about that stack, because he was pulling them off like they're nothing, like baby food earlier. So 1 stack, you know what I mean? And he didn't even stack it, he still landed it. So, but the reason it's there, right, is because of the guy. I used to know his brother was Luke, yeah, and his brother was the one that I knew was Nathan, and we all used to hang around together. And his mate brought me down here, dared me to drop him on his skate, so I did it. And then I fucked my eye up going over the spine. I was like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm not a skater, boy. Fuck that shit. Basically, and but it's nice to see that people are still coming down. It's a nice day today as well. So this guy's got good energy, so fair play. Yeah, he knows what he's doing though. Looks like he's one of the top dogs on this scooter business. Anyway, so yeah, you know the story why the skate park came about, where we we used to have some meetups and clickety-click things going on and all that sort of stuff, but and you've actually got a group, like, yeah, I'll put you in it by the big tree. It's nice to see people out enjoying the day. 1st of April, by the way. So it's just it's a weird one, because I've come out, I always go about on my ones, don't have anybody around me. I can't stand people, like, you know. Keep myself to myself, protect my energy, all that sort of stuff. But this is the new one, but like, fair play to them, do you know what I mean? I like the fresh air, I don't like to be in town centres. I only went in there just to go for a piss, and then I see the worst people, the police. The police. Nah, saying that, last time I was in town, yeah, I did this big walk, and you might have seen one of my reels. There was a guy padding me. I said, "Oh, go on, mate. Let's do the pads quick." And so he padded me, and I made a little reel, and I posted it on my feed. And that was the last time I was in town, and I saw the police. And it's funny, because as I was walking past, it was a lady, police lady, and it was a man, yeah. But obviously the lady's caught my eye. She literally caught my eye. Like, she looked up, and I was just like, oh yeah. She ain't a lesbian, you know what I mean? Like, mans can tell. Now she was a fitty. And I only looked for a second, because like I say, I was focused, I was zoned in, locked in's the word, innit, on the what's it called, the pads and that. But span it round back to the library coming past, so you saw You know, I don't care about views. I'm not about that. Yeah, eventually I'll get paid, but you got to start somewhere. And you know what I mean? I've got loads to say. I'm just doing some freestylings today. It's about the collapse, and I've said it, like, I'm trying to get there, but like, so on my walk on the way back, I bumped into one of the guys I used to know, and he's not looking good, and I'm thinking, do you know what, yeah, I've been through so much shit lately, like, I've literally been taken out of the game, but I keep going. So I look for new angles and look for new ideas and ways to approach this shit and get around it, yeah. And like you say, I've got everything I fucking need. I've always had it, yeah. And I was trying to basically explain that you can't. I was saying to him, there's something that I've got. I don't know what it is, yeah. But it's like, it doesn't want to go out. It doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to give up. It doesn't want to quit. So I keep fucking pushing no matter what. And it's like, I spoke to him, yeah. And if anybody else would have spoken to him, the way he was communicating, because he was drinking and that, yeah. And I was thinking, bro, he would bring anybody down into that swamp of sadness that he's laying in, yeah. And I'm thinking, you know, I've got to fucking come back from that. Like, my energy, like, I spent a lot of energy trying to, you know, put the God back in him, make him remember who he is, help him find his way again, yeah. And some people just, they get too far and then it's it. And real truth, yeah, to the point, don't never let yourself go too far where there's no way to return, because that's when it is end game, it's game over. And like, I've been close to that, to those limits, to those boundaries, yeah. Yes, because of my mental health, but I haven't taken no fucking drugs or recreational drugs for that matter. I don't do all that shit, and that's what's kept my fire light on. Do you know what I mean? I say turn to fitness, do karate, do Tai Chi, like what the Nepalese do, or do Taekwondo or kickboxing or something, you know, boxing, like just do something and then you'll feel better for it. I said to him, if I called you out and did, say, challenge you to do 20 push-up a month for a day, would you do it? A day for a month, sorry, would you do it? And he said, oh, don't call me out. And I'm like, what, man? It's like the fire in you's going out. You've got to, like, ignite that shit. Don't let these devils in, knocking at your door. Like, fuck that, man. Like, really? Like, this is what I say. Like, people don't get it, but I see it everywhere on all these streaming platforms. You see some of the guys have realised they've worked out. They're like, actually, do you know what? What am I hanging about with these people for? They're wastemans. Exactly. That's exactly what they are. They're fucking wastemans, yeah. And they're taking all your time and energy. And if you're not making money with these people, what the fuck is the point? Yeah. And maybe that is a way of preaching God in some sort of sense, or shape or form, innit? You know what I mean? Like, what are you with these people for if you're not making money? Like, what the fuck? And some of these kids, they have talent. They've got something good about them, going on about them, yeah? And they forget. And I said, you've got to remember why you were doing this in the first place, basically. What used to make you high? What give you a high? What would be to lift you back up again and make you think, actually, do you know what? It's not the end of the world. Because it clearly isn't. Yeah, no matter how much bullshit's going on in the world, yeah, because it's enough to fucking rattle any man's fucking brain, yeah. There's loads of shit going on, isn't there? Baby eating, sorry, that, you know what I mean? You can't talk about that shit. The satanic occult, the witchcraft, and all the nonsense, the hocus pocus. But this isn't made for kids, this video, do you know what I mean? And then you've got the cliques that all think they're like cool and they're, you know, the toxic bunch. I go into it, the squirrels, and you're like, hang on a minute, mate. As soon as one of you falls ill, yeah, and you're sitting on a quarry, yeah, and there's you forget the way back. Like, you're going to end up in the fucking drink, mate. You know what I mean? They're going to push you overboard, like walk the plank sort of thing. No, we're not rolling with you anymore. You guys got to understand. And it's so fucked up, but like, I don't know what it is, but I've always had this like super high awareness when it comes to like the evil in the world, because I suppose I grew up in it. And I'm, like you say, I'm from the street, so luckily I know how to handle my shit, do you know what I mean? My guy was telling me how he got robbed the other day, and I was like, don't get me wrong, I've been robbed, but by, you know, two-faced friends that like manipulate you to think that they're cool, and then they've done one with shit, and you're just like, hang on a minute, you motherfucker. You're like, but I said to the guy earlier, I go, wait until I see these people today and what will happen to them. I goes, karma always finds a way. So basically I said, do you really think these people are going to get away with scot-free? And the same thing, yeah, they all gave me a lesson. I come away, I didn't get nicked, I didn't go bang them out straight away, I didn't fuck their shit up, because like you say, they say God is real, and I listened to that voice telling me, don't do that. Do you know what I mean? You end up in the nick, then you have worse people to deal with. And I don't want to go into the nick. Fuck that shit. Do you get what I mean? Nobody does. But nah, interesting shit now, don't you think? But a lot of people, they haven't got that awareness. They put themselves in danger. Like, I'm funny about whose car I'll get in today. If you get what I mean. But no, like, what do? I was going to get a drink. Do I go back into town? I hate this fucking place, Farnborough. I really do. I fucking hate Farnborough, right? Like, with a passion. Like, when I come back from Greece and I could come to this shut, I was like, do you know what? Yeah. And the thing is, it's got worse and worse. Like, it's all just so corrupt. But it is what it is, isn't it? It's like, you gotta say, you just pretend it's not there. Because it is and it isn't there. And you're just like, what is going on? And all these cameras, it makes me laugh. So I just looked up and I got one pointed right at me. It does make you feel safe, but it doesn't, because like, you're like, oh fuck's sake, they're watching me again, and you're like, you know, they're going to come out and they're going to tell you off maybe because you're recording a video, and they're like, oh, don't let him post it. Do you know what I mean? Like, quickly shun him. Like, don't let him record something, because someone's going to grass him up and say he's walking around, and I'm not really, I'm going to get a drink. But then you have to explain yourself. Like, reality is, we know we shouldn't have to explain ourselves because of you don't have to explain yourself. Maybe if I was ballied up and recording people, it'd be different, but like you say, I'm doing a video on myself, so that's all that matters. But yeah, it did move when I moved, so yeah, I know I'm being watched. I get watched wherever I go. But do you know what, I was just thinking, outside Iceland is a perfect place for me to actually do a little workout, and one of those I've been talking about it, I think, of open workouts, you know, where you do the boxing stuff, because I did it earlier actually outside of Blunden Park, because that's where I ended up. And like you say, I haven't even finished my story. I bumped into an old associate, which is so random as hell, because I mentioned her to somebody earlier, and she could be somebody that we could go places with. Do you know what I mean? That's on the social media hype, and if it didn't happen yet, I wouldn't care. But it's just the fact that I was talking about her, and I had this crazy conversation, a little catch up, and I was just thinking, do you know what, this is mad. Where have you been for so long? She says to me, and I'm like, I've been doing stuff. She doesn't know half of it. I've been, like you say, I've coming back from injuries, everything. But then I've had so much in between. Like, my story's been quite good the way I come back, because I don't fucking give up. And I've had no help. I just do it. And I suppose by doing these videos, I'm getting to the point and I'm letting people know a little bit about what they wouldn't know. But yeah, and then you got my man telling me about his injuries, and I'm like, yeah, you can see you've got problems. Like, he's obese, and it's from the drink, yeah. I didn't mean to like rub it in, but I was, look at me, I goes, you got to start doing push-ups and get back on the fitness thing, yeah. And like, I'm shredded, and I've got 1 month to go of this 3-month push-up, 100 push-up for a day thing, yeah, challenge. And I'm shredded, and I'm getting shredded on purpose. So when the summer comes, yeah, and I walk around, I'm going to take off my top, do my little videos and that, looking shredded, without the ego, yeah, I'm going to stay humble. But then when it comes to like a good day, it'll be easier to promote all my shit, because naturally, like, people will come up to me and be like, oh, actually, do you know what, you're pretty good. And I know I'm pretty good, yeah. Fucked up thing was, yeah, boxing in these fucking bitches, yeah, earlier on, and they're not the most comfortable. I've done like miles in them already. Yeah, I might even get a blister, but at the end of the day, it's better than doing nothing. If you get what I'm saying. So, like you say, it's about staying active, and this social media thing that everybody's doing. You got to start somewhere, I suppose. You got to do something, because otherwise you just sit around getting stiff, like the Tin Man in the fucking Wizard of Oz. You get what I'm saying? And why be the Tin Man when you can be the wizard? Yeah? Hear me? But I'm no wizard anyway, fuck that. I'm more like... I'm just a good person, yeah? I like try and think. As much as I'm a bad influencer, I am actually a good person. You've got to remember this as well when it comes to other streamers and people that do social media. They might come across as a cunt, but actually they got a lot of good in them as well. People forget that. Because I like to troll, and if somebody trolled me, it wouldn't matter, would it? I'd say if they're high caliber, yeah, bring it on, because I'll be able to say then, you know, we can run up a fight, which is what I'm after. I called out Joey Essex. It's not going to get seen. It's more like a little parody in it, but I did it for myself for a little laugh. Thought it was funny. I am a better boxer than him. Like I'll shit you not. Like I just am. Like I trained myself as well. I didn't have spoon-fed treatment. I didn't get like special access in gyms, like Conor Ben does. With the Eubanks and all them people, do you know what I mean? That like, fuck all that, man. Like I'm from the streets. Like I can fight. And I was thinking, how the fuck did my man get mugged off, and how did he get his shit stolen off him? And I was like, where did it happen? He said, Farnborough. I was like, right, mate, I wait for those people to try and jump me, because it's not going to end well. And like I say, it doesn't matter how big you are, like, more fun I'm going to have with you. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to make you look like a fool. But let's just say, yeah, if you're going about Farnborough and you're robbing people, yeah, you're a cunt and you're a waste man. Simple as that. But yeah, tell your friends, because I'm trying to get some views on the YouTube, and obviously we'll take that to the other platforms as well. We're doing other stuff on the other platforms that are a bit controversial, but yeah, it's about living in it, like talking about mental health. At the end of the day, yeah, I said to him what I said to the people that this agency that I'm basically coming out of. So mental health is a marketing system in it, do you know what I mean? I said depression, you make it what it is. It's like life at the end of the day. If you want to be a quitter or a loser, get on the losing team. Yeah? If you want to be a winner, fucking do shit with your life. Do you know what I'm saying? But I want to get a drink, so I'm going to have to cut this short because I've got into it for too long. But and get down there. But I don't really want like people in my shop. So you got the red arrows, yeah. Aerospace, Farnborough. And it is a dead zone today, and you got some police, and I'll leave it there.